Gramsci's ideology of hegemony. Ideological epiphenomenalism consisted basically of the claim that the ideological superstructure was determined mechanically by the economic infrastructure, and that ideology, being simply illusory, played no role whatsoever in the economic life of society or in revolutionary change for that matter. Indeed, we shall postpone the discussion of ideological struggle during organic crisis to the section on hegemony, since such a struggle was conceived by Gramsci to be indissolubly linked to a quest for class hegemony and state power. The concept made allusion to the proletariat in Italy in terms of such a winning over. The proletariat had to free itself of its class corporatism so as to embrace other classes, notably the peasants, and a system of alliances within which it could then genuinely become the leading element in the society. It would seem, therefore, that hegemony entails for a class its execution of a leadership role on the economic, political, moral, and intellectual levels vis-à-vis other classes in the system, coupled with the sacrificing of some of its corporate interests as a fundamental class precisely to facilitate its vanguard role. Accordingly, hegemonic rule, characterized by the predominance of consensus over coercion, represents in broad terms a balance, an equilibrium between political society and civil society. Rather, it is the actual struggle between two hegemonic principles for the appropriation, not the imposition, of ideological elements that may result in the eventual disarticulation of the previous ideological terrain and the rearticulation of ideological elements into a new form which then expresses a new collective will and serves as a new basis of consensus and effective hegemonic rule. Specifically, the struggle for assimilation of the traditional intellectuals would be part of the war of position discussed in the previous section. Without much doubt, the Althusserian formulation of the theory of reproduction of ideological state apparatuses and the concept of ideological interpolation owes much to Gramsci's concept of ideology and hegemony and the notion of the state implicit in these concepts. While a discussion of Althusser's contribution to Marxist theory remains outside the scope of this article, it would not be irrelevant to say that Althusser has been for Gramsci more or less what Lenin was for Marx and Engels, each in continuity with his predecessors.